What's going on, guys? It's Matt here, and welcome to the second episode of the Minecraft Pro Tip, where I teach you to be a better Minecrafter. Now, in case you haven't seen the first episode of the series, I strongly encourage you to check it out, but in case you haven't seen it, I will link it in the description, and I will also reiterate some things that I said in that episode. This series is really recommended and intended for people that have survived their first night already, don't need really much extra help, but want to kind of like further their skills. Like, they don't want to just learn how to survive, they want to thrive as well. Anyone get what that's a reference to? Yeah, so anyway, it's not a survive and thrive series, if you're wondering. I'm just going to teach you some tips that I know to help you be better at this game. But anyways, what we are going to be learning today is basics of cave navigation. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's essentially how not to get lost in a cave. Simple as that. I'm going to warn you in advance that these methods I'm going to show you are not perfect. There is no such thing as a perfect method, and it might not always work for you, but it is, if you just practice, try different methods, do what you think works, and just keep trying, it will help you out. I hope. If it doesn't help you out, then I'm a failure. But anyways, let's get started. So, as you can see, I have an entrance to a cave here, totally natural, except other than all this spam that I put around it. But this spam is here for a reason, let me tell you. What I've done first is I've put torches around the lip, or the entrance of the cave, which you could also do, like, let's say our entrance is right here, we could just put some torches around. But yeah, this is to show you where it is from a distance or at night, and keep mobs from falling on your head when you're trying to get in or out. So simple as that. Another thing I've done is I've made 2 beacons, which the best beacon would probably be to do that one over there with the giant mushroom on top of a giant pillar of some sort. But I griefed that mushroom, so don't pay attention to it. Yeah, so I'm assuming you know about beacons. It also might be a good idea to protect your entrance, so mobs don't spawn, and cows and chickens and pigs and that sort don't annoy you all the time. But once you've done all those preparations, you are ready to descend. Now, before I descend any further from here, as you can see, I've placed a cobble block, put a torch on it, and chest. You don't need that right there right now. But the reason I've done this is because where we are right now is kind of like an atrium in the cave. It's like a natural kind of where different parts of the cave intersect. Now, the reason you put one of these at each atrium is to provide a clear way back to the surface, and just so you know where you are. Now, these also serve as kind of a checkpoint, which is why I had a chest here earlier before. In case you have a bunch of minerals and you've explored these branches already, and you just want to put them in there just to be safe. That's always a good idea, but that's not required. But before we go down any deeper, what I've done here is, it appears that I've already explored this place, but if you notice something about where I've placed the torches, they're all on the right side of the cave. Now, the reason for this is because, like, let's say we're going down this way, and we come back up from this hole that we just dug, and we don't know where we are. And the way out could be that way, it could be this way, but anyways, to get back, we want to keep the torches on the left side. Because we placed them on the right, they'll all be on the left going back. And we made it to the atrium marker, or whatever you want to call it. But that's not all for exploring these tunnels. Another thing I recommend is, as tempting as it is to, like, just go mineral to mineral, ore to ore, mining everything that is of value in the cave, I don't recommend doing that because that's an easy way to get lost. I recommend going branch at a time. So we're on the first level right now, so that means we're going to try to stick to this first cave area, this first branch, this first tunnel, whatever you want to call it. And say we want to mine that iron, whatever. Also, if you've been noticing, I don't have torches there. I've been placing, the torches have been on the right so far. Also, let's say we go down here and we have a giant, like, hub of a bunch of different tunnels and branches and nooks and crannies and whatnot. this can be kind of tricky to mark and to just to signify, I guess. It's pretty hard to do. But what I've done, the best of my ability, I've used torches to point upwards, and if worst comes to worst, I could just go out of that little hole. But it also shows to go like just above the arrow where this cow is being annoying. And what I've done after that is I've placed torches. Well, I didn't place them close enough. Now this is why you want to have a bunch of torches, to show your way back. And what you can do is pretty much make like a breadcrumb trail leading back to where you need to go. And since they're all so close together, you won't confuse yourself. Like if you're coming from this way, you'll know that that's how to get back, and that's not like why you place torches there. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's basically so you don't get your guide torches confused with breadcrumb torches. Yeah, I know this can get kind of complicated and hard to understand, but hopefully you get something out of it. So yeah, we got to there, and if you don't want to do this arrow thing, if you have signs to spare, you could write to level 1. I think we're on level 1. And then sub 1. And then you could make an arrow whatever direction. It might be that way, it might be this way, might be up, might be down. But in our case, we're going to put up. And the reason I put level 1 sub 1 is because we are on level 1 right now, but we don't want to make another atrium because that will confuse us if we have a bunch of level 1 atriums. We only want to have one of each atrium, or one atrium on each level. So that's why I named it sub, because it's a subdivision or a subcategory or whatever you want to call it of level 1. Because I got here through a tunnel from level 1. Now, if that makes sense to you, I don't know. It's really hard to explain this, I'm sorry. But if you understand it, that's great, because it's important to do stuff like that. But anyways, if you don't like this whole atrium system, you could just place torches like in pointing where you need to go. That works too. It's basic and it works. But I do recommend always putting torches on the right side of caves, because it's hard to get lost. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, let's push him. Come here, pig. Come here. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. No. Okay, forget him. But also, if you've noticed, on this level, I've made the same sort of marker, except it has 2 torches and not a chest, which we can put there. The atriums don't necessarily have to be this close to each other, but I just put them like that to keep it organized. So the only time we would make another atrium is if we were completely done with this level of the cave. If we've gotten all the minerals, we've explored it as much as we want to. But yeah, that's just to keep it organized and so you don't get lost. But yeah, so if you get the point, if we go down, we put 3 torches, etc. You could also, with signs, you could put level 3 atrium, and then you're good. But that means the same thing. Now, as you probably know, the caves generated after 1.8 can be pretty hectic. Because, I mean, all the ravines and the abandoned mine shafts and all that good stuff. It's fun, but it's extremely easy to get lost. The worst thing you could possibly do in caves like this is to just go for the minerals. Like, if you're just going to get this coal, and let's say I built the bridge out, of course. If you're just going to get this coal, and then you see, oh, hey, more coal down here. And you get careless, and you forget what you were doing. And then you see iron, and next thing you know, you're lost, because you put your torches all over the place, and the only person that can find you now is a creeper or a skeleton. So, anyways, we're going to go down another floor, another level. It's kind of hard to dictate this level now. I think I have it here somewhere already. But, I think I see it down there. Oh no, okay, this is another thing I should talk about. Let's say that we've gone a bunch of levels down, we're really deep, and let's say we're on level 6. Now, the way we were doing it before, typical block of cobble, or any kind of block for that matter, since it's a cube shape, can only fit 5 torches on it because you can't put them on the bottom of the block, but you can put them everywhere else. So that's 5 torches. Now, I don't have 5 on each of these, like I don't have 5 on this one, but we're going to say this is level 6. But to save space, I just did 2 since I needed 2 anyway. And I have 6 torches. Now, another thing you might want to do when you get to one of these atriums, even though it's obvious to go up from here, like let's say that I got to this atrium and like I had to go really far off on a cave, which I kind of did. You're going to want to place torches like in lines going up to show you where you need to go. And then you might want to like do something like that too. Be careful when you're placing torches though, because it's pretty easy if you get careless, like if you're doing stuff like this, kind of like breadcrumbs. It's pretty easy to get them confused with your actual torches that you're placing on the right side, and you'll follow the wrong trail back and you'll get lost, which will be a problem. But as you can see, it's pretty obvious where to go to get back up to the next atrium. Just, oh hey look, another one, and go around, there it is. So, I think that's all. Hopefully this helped you in some way. I know it was really kind of boring and complicated, but hope you got something out of it. If not, that's cool too. I'm sure you learned something. But thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video. Yep. Alright, until then, see you next time. Goodbye. And all I did here was taste of and 3 torches signifies the 3rd atrium. What's going on, guys? It's Matt and Bronson. Wait, no, Bronson's not. Well, hello there. How did you get down here, old chap? Oh, really? Would you like to tell me more over a cup of tea? Oh, crap. Guys, it's Matt here for crap.